Most people think passion is about chasing something out there, the perfect job, the right amount of reps that you put in, the biggest bag. But the truth is, passion is all about aligning with what lights you up on the inside. Welcome to Raise Your FreequenC, the space for you to tune in, tap in, and transform within. As you hear this sound, take a deep breath and feel yourself arriving fully into this moment. In today's episode, we're exploring tapping into your passion to live a more intentional life. At this point in my life, I felt like I was doing all the right things. Working hard, studying after work, getting more certs after work, and even achieving these certs and raising in my tech career. But I still felt empty. Still was partying, still chasing that thrill after working hard and saying, oh yeah, work hard, play hard. It wasn't until I really slowed down and started asking myself real questions like, what excites me? What is that feeling I'm looking for? What actually brings me peace? It wasn't until then that I realized my passion was never gone. I just wasn't paying enough attention to be connected to it and realize it was right here in front of me. At the end of this video, you'll leave with some tips to identify what they may look like for you in your own life. If we lived in a world where money didn't exist and we thrived from doing the things that we enjoyed or that bring us joy, what would you be spending your time doing every day? That's the question I ask myself. And that's the question I invite you to start with. If we lived in a world where money didn't exist and we thrived from doing the things that bring us joy, doing the things that we enjoy, what would I spend my day doing? Ask yourself that question. It may come instantly to you. It may take some time. It may take you asking a couple times, depending on where you are, but that's okay. The point is to start to question yourself, because once you ask, the answer will be given to you. What is something that people compliment you and tell you that you are great at that is something that's second nature to you? The present of life is the present moment, your presence, your breath right now. The future has to be created. The past, we can't change. So we're existing right now where our feet are in the present moment. Be gentle with yourself while you're on this journey. And remember, every time you're becoming a new version of yourself or a new person, give yourself room to experience new things and figure it out. You don't have to have all the answers. All you have to do is start and then trust. If you trust and believe that you will find your passion, you will tap into your passion, you will find it. So the first thing I did was ask myself the question, what is my purpose in life? What am I passionate about? What am I here for? Another tip, affirmations. I said an affirmation to myself that I operate in my purpose and passion while helping others do the same. The affirmation I used when tapping into my passion and what helped me figure it out was saying that affirmation. I operate in my purpose and passion while helping others do the same. My goal was to feel more fulfilled in life. Like I said, I was feeling empty. I was feeling like, okay, what's missing? So give yourself some affirmations that are realistic. And also some declarations like that I will know my purpose in life. So if that affirmation, I operate in my purpose and passion while helping others do the same, doesn't resonate with you, create your own and make it something that does resonate with you, that you actually feel to be true for yourself. Yes, there's power in the tongue and you can speak things into existence, but you have to feel it first. It's about the feeling. So you don't want to say, oh, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that, and then you really don't believe that. So start with the belief and affirm yourself. Another key to tapping it into your passion that worked for me, being open. You have to be open in order to receive the answers, receive the insight. You have to open your mind up to trying new things. Open your mind up to a new perspective. Open your mind up to exploring new avenues, new things, or new activities to see how it makes you feel. So be open to asking people who you may, if you feel these people are in a place where you want to be or are successful in your eyes, don't compare yourself to them. But if you value them, you can ask them, or if you think that they're successful or they seem like someone you follow or someone you would listen to in real life, they're a friend of a friend or you actually know them. Be open to asking these people questions. Some people will help you and give you just that little breadcrumb that you need that will open your mind up to a new perspective, and you may get that aha moment just like that. So open your mind up, be open. Pay attention to your surroundings. I was working my night job as a custodian in an office building. We basically go to every desk and clean the trash, right? And so while I was asking myself this question, contemplating whether or not I should sign up for this yoga teacher training. And one day as I'm walking, collecting the trash, on my normal route that I had, a name tag. It was like a name tag, like how people have a name tag that would be on their desk, like that, right? I was walking by, and this name tag looking thing fell on the floor, and I picked it up to place it back on the desk, and it said teacher. I knew that was a divine message for me to pay attention to. So pay attention to your surroundings, because the answers can come from many different places. You could be sitting at a red light, and the car in front of you has a license plates that say keep going, or that say something inspirational, or that say something that has the answer to what you were asking for. You could be in the grocery store, minding your business, you get in line, and the people in front of you are having a conversation, and they say something that is the answer that you're looking for. The people behind you could say the same thing. So pay attention to your surroundings. Don't go eavesdropping on their conversation. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying pay attention, because it could come, the answer to what you're looking for can come in a simple, subtle moment like that where you're not expecting it. So ask yourself that question. What am I passionate about? What lights me up? What brings me joy? What am I good at? What do other people compliment me at and tell me that, bro, you're so great at this? Or, wow, when you explained that, it made so much sense to me, and it didn't make sense. Now I have a new perspective. And when you put that vibration out there and you set your intention to receive the answer to the question. I want to know my passion. What is my passion? What am I passionate about? I need to feel some more spark in my life. When you set that intention and you trust that God, the universe, source will bring that to you, it will be. That will happen. It will come into fruition. It will things will manifest in your life. Remember, we're working with higher powers than yourself. So when you are manifesting and you're on your journey to reaching your goal, like I said, we're here talking about our passion. Leave room for God to work in your life. Leave room for the universe to open up and things to fall in your place, things to fall in your lap. You have to leave room for God to work in your life. You know, it's like we're all in this together. Everybody's here on this planet together with their own mission and journey. So you have to leave room for God to work in your life and other people to work in your life. You don't have to know everything. You don't harp on the answer waiting for it to come and getting frustrated, because then now that is blocking you from seeing the answer or receiving the answer, which you may already know and just don't realize it. So, like I said, set it and forget it. Set your intention. Put that vibration out there and just know that the answer will come to you. You don't have to think about it all day, every day. Another thing that will help you tap into your passion is find a mentor, a teacher, or a guide, someone who you know that has your best interests at heart, and ask them questions. Someone successful in your eyes, someone who you know has your best interests at heart, who won't just tell you something. Another question to ask yourself: what is something I'm good at? What is something I'm good at that I enjoy doing? No matter how silly or frivolous you may think it is, what is something I'm good at that I enjoy doing? Just take some time to think about that. That will help unlock a few things, or at least get your creative juices flowing in your mind. You can ask yourself that question and then go for a walk outside and do a walking meditation. And another thing that helped me was spending time outside in nature. I would be thinking of ideas and discussing things and like, okay, what am I going to do? How do I, what should I do? And I would take a walk outside, sometimes with music, other times without music. But the point is to be outside. So I would take the walk outside and go for a walk around my neighborhood. It's like a circle. You can walk one way, one direction, it'll lead you back to the starting point. You go the other direction, it'll lead you back. So it's like a circle. So I would walk outside, and I noticed that when I walked outside, things started coming to me. Things started coming into my mind, or I would feel like, that's it. That's what I should do. So spend time in nature, and that will that will unlock a lot of things for you as well. If you spend time in nature, it can help tell you, what your passion is. Outside is not just outside. It's a part of us. It's a part of our makeup. There's multiple, like trees and plants, they are alive. They exist. And they have been planted and rooted in that ground and in that soil for many of years. You ever see a tall, super big tree? Imagine how many years that tree has been there. Imagine how much nature and wisdom is connected to that tree. So open your mind up to understand that a tree is a living organism, and the trees come from God as well. Nature. Don't be so spooked out about everything. Don't feed the fear that doesn't allow you to open your mind to understand what I'm saying. When I'm outside, I feel like I'm connecting with my brain. I feel like that's my brain outside. So that's why it's also important to not pollute the streets and be throwing trash in the streets and littering in the streets. No, if you see some litter or something like that in the street, pick it up. I'm not saying don't pick up no condoms or no wild shit, needles and shit like that, glass. Like, don't hurt yourself. But if it's some trash in the street and you're walking by it and you know it's a trash can nearby, you can pick it up. Put some gloves on, put something on to pick it up. The nature will remember that. Another key thing that helped me find my passion was doing the research. You got to do your own research. Research videos on YouTube, read books, ask people questions, do your own research to figure out what it is that you enjoy, to learn yourself even more. And if you don't really know what you enjoy or what will bring you joy, then I would suggest trying new things and spending time to learn yourself. Like, take notice of what you're doing on a daily basis, or take notice of just in your everyday life. If something that makes you smile, laugh, or brings you joy, write that down. Make note of that. Take note of your habits and your tendencies, and that'll help you learn yourself more and help you learn, what you like or what you're passionate about. What conversations draw you in and light you up to where you express yourself, and you may like to debate about this thing, getting heated arguments, or you just very intrigued to hear conversations about this thing or talk about this thing. That's a key. One of the biggest things that helped me and allowed me to tap into my passion and know what the fuck it was, listen to that inspirational voice in your head that's telling you to take action. Listen to the voice in your head that's telling you to take action. If you don't hear anything else I'm saying, this is one of the most important things that I realized that helped me. Listening to that voice in my head that's telling me to take inspired action. You're going to hear that voice, and also you're going to hear that other little voice creep in that may say, hey, fuck that, don't do that. Or, man, you can't do that shit. That shit too hard. Man, how the hell you gonna do that? Man, don't listen to that. You can't do that. Yeah, how you gonna do that? Yeah, so that doubt, that voice of doubt, that little hint of doubt that creeps in, that starts to get you overthinking or saying, well, how would I do this? Because that inspired action may be wild and may be like, what the hell, how am I gonna do that? But once you follow that nudge and learn how to listen to that divine wisdom that flows through you, you'll be able to see things change in your life. So listen to that voice in your head that gives you inspired action, and tune out the doubt that creeps in. Voices in your head that are giving you inspired action, that's your higher self, that's your guidance, that's giving you the play. You have your own divine blueprint. So listen to that voice in your head giving you inspired action. Once you do listen to that voice and take action, you'll start to notice things open up and change in your life. Set it and forget it. Release the attachment to knowing how and knowing when. As long as you know your why, the how and when will figure itself out. Leave room for God to work in your life. Leave room for other people to work in your life. Leave room for things to fall in place. But once you tap into your passion, you'll live a much more intentional life. You'll just notice a sense of excitement in life, and you'll feel like less pressure or less stress that is being programmed into us from the news, TV, and media, and things like that. A rush culture in this capitalistic society. Yes, we everybody has to eat and make money and do things to survive, but we're here to thrive. You thrive from using your God-given ability. Tap in to that divine wisdom that exists within you. Your body is just a vessel that transmutes this information. Life is very spiritual. So don't get too caught up in the divisiveness, divisiveness that can get you off your path. You will find your passion. As long as you believe you'll find your passion, as long as you take baby steps and micro actions toward finding what that is, what lights you up, you'll find your passion. And again, I want to leave you with this question. If we lived in a world where money didn't exist, And we thrive from doing the things that we enjoyed, doing the things that lit us up inside, that made us happy, that brought us joy. What would you spend your day doing? You will find your passion. Just be patient. Give yourself grace wherever you are if you're not there today. And just trust and know that there's a divine power, force, life force that is working with you. All you have to do is take the first step, take action, and trust. Trust God, trust yourself, and trust that things are always working out in your favor, even if it doesn't seem like it. And you will find your passion and begin to live life thriving. Saying, seek and you shall receive. What you're seeking is seeking you. So you find your passion will find you. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. Don't rush. Don't compare yourself to someone else. In closing, we explored a few ways to tap into your passion today. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and keep giving yourself space to tune in, tap in, and transform within. Thank y'all for tuning in with me, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.